I have a father from whom I learned everything about words that I know. And my father has now got Alzheimer's. And the only thing that he reacts to is poetry. He reacts very well to poetry. So I take, because of the rhythm, because of the sound, so I take Auntie Krog poems to him. And I read to him what she writes about die reier as hy stap in die vlei, wat sê wit klipsplinter, wit klipsplinter. Then his face lights up and he says, ja, en weet jy hoe klink die Koran as hy opvlieg uit die voetpad? Hy sê, gelapte gat van Kokerinja, gelapte gat van Kokerinja. So this is a poem for my papa, a bit quieter than the previous one, about how he gets confused with words. I'll read it first in English and then I'll read it in Afrikaans. It's called Green Food. I prepare a salad before the eyes of my father. What leaves, he asks, what grass? Which small green plovers quarrel down there in the wetlands of light and grace? He pages through the years, white napkin around his neck, and strides with noble calves through the tops of wild mustard where the bony blue heads of guinea fowls shift, and the summer evening brown and sweet sits upon a perch, and the arms of the hourglass wheat droop down in the dust. In this dale of shadows, says my dad, and lifts the dish up in his hands. The small golden leaf roller sits calling in the gully of the bulrush. Oh Lord, enfold me too in the compass of your crucible. Make me sweet, and hear my song. Let this green food be blessed unto our spirit. My dad eats leaves and speaks in tongues. Another poem about fathers and sons, about children and sons. And I want to read a poem by Shomas Heaney that I translated into Afrikaans. It is a poem about poetry, about art, about what we do when we sing, when we write poetry. Part of it is that we remember. The poem states something about the quietness of art. After we've made the song and the dance, there is also some stillness. The poem is about the rosette of hay that is plaited after harvest in England, in Ireland. And I read the poem by Heaney to you, which speaks to me because of my own father and my relationship to him. The harvest bow. As you plaited the harvest bow, you implicated the mellowed silence in you. In wheat that does not rust, but brightens as it tightens twist by twist into a knowable corona, a throwaway love knot of straw. Hands that aged round ash plants and cane sticks and lapped the spurs on a lifetime of gamecocks, harked to their gift and worked with fine intent until your fingers moved somnambulant. I tell and finger it like braille, gleaning the unsaid off the palpable. And if I spy into its golden loops, I see us walk between the railway slopes into an evening of long grass and midges. Blue smoke straight up, old beds and ploughs in hedges, an auction notice on an outhouse wall, you with a harvest bow on your lapel, me with a fishing rod, already homesick for the big lift of these evenings. As your stick whacking the tips of weeds and bushes beats out of time and beats but flushes nothing, that original townland still tongue-tied in the straw tied by your hand. The end of our art is peace, could be the motto of this frail device that I have pinned up on our deal dresser, like a drawn snare, slipped lately by the spirit of the corn, yet burnished by its passage and still warm. It is a poem that reads on the page. Maybe the meaning becomes a bit more clear if I now read it in Afrikaans as well. Soos jy gevleg het aan die halmkrans, het jy jou milde swye in die hooi betrek, in koring sonder roes, wat slag vir slag begin te skitter soos jy dit strakker bring, tot 'n aanskoulike aureool, 'n agterlose liefdewrong van strooi. Hande verweerd van essehout en rotangstokke, en van 'n leeftyd lank die spore van kapokke kort, het die waarde van hul taak geskat en raakgevat, tot jy jou vingers blind kon werk. Ek vingerlees die brail daarvan, wen die verswygde uit die tasbare. En as ek speer tussen die goue lusse, sien ek ons loop langs treinspoorwalle, in 'n aand met uitgegroeide gras en muggies, blou rook wat optrek, ou katels en ploe teen heininge, 'n veiling biljet op 'n buitegebou, jy met die halmroset op jou lapel. En met die visstok reeds vol heimwee na hierdie opgetoe aande, die toppe van brandnetels en bossies wat soeg voor jou stok, waarmee jy sonder reelmaat slaan en slaan maar niks opjaag. Daar die geboortige dorpsgrond steeds gemuilband in die strooi, gebind deur jou hand. Die bestemming van kuns is stilte, kan die lese wees van hierdie broos devies, wat ek vastgeprik het teen ons greinhout aanreg. Sieltogend van die koring wat so pas daaruit ontglip het, 'n fyngestelde strik, blink geskuur van sy vlug, en nog aanvoelbaar warm.